Hello, Adler faculty. As you may have heard, our Student Information System, SONIS, is undergoing an upgrade from the current version, SONIS 2.8, to the newest version, SONIS 3.0. The implementation date for this upgrade is right around the corner, June 27, 2016. This SONIS 3.0 tutorial is meant to provide an introduction to the new faculty portal. We'll provide additional training over the next several weeks and months as we all settle in with 3.0. The primary functionality of SONIS won't change that much, but the look and feel of the site, as well as the navigation, will be new. We think you'll find navigation in SONIS 3.0 to be more intuitive and streamlined. The login process begins essentially the same way as it did in 2.8. Start at our website, alfredadler.edu, and click on the word SONIS Web. This will bring up a familiar login screen. You'll notice, however, that the primary login options appear in a horizontal bar near the top of the screen. In SONIS 2.8, as you recall, the login categories were in a list on the left side of the screen. But again, here in 3.0, the login options are at the top of the screen. If you hover over the word login, a drop-down menu appears. Click on the word faculty and your login screen will appear. Log in with your email address and PIN, just as you've done in SONIS 2.8. The only difference in the login process is that in SONIS 3.0, users' PINs are now case sensitive. If you don't remember your PIN, maybe because you've asked your browser to save your PIN on your PC, or if you don't remember if your PIN contained a combination of upper and lowercase characters, contact SONIS Web Support at alfredadler.edu. In fact, if you have difficulties of any kind with SONIS, email SONIS Web Support at alfredadler.edu. SONIS 3.0 opens with your biographic or bio page. As you see, 3.0 has a very different look and feel compared to 2.8, but the main difference is the navigation. As you recall, navigation in SONIS 2.8 primarily involved clicking on tabs and links along horizontal lines. In SONIS 3.0, the primary navigation begins with the vertical menu on the left side of the screen. The first menu item is labeled General, and the sub-menu categories under the General menu are Biographic and Bulletin Board. We'll look at the Bulletin Board in a second, but going back to the Biographic screen, please take a minute to make sure that your contact information is correct. If your contact information has changed or is listed incorrectly, please email registrar@alfredadler.edu so we can update it. The second listing on the General submenu is Bulletin Board. The Bulletin Board is not widely used at this time, but that is likely to change. We've been looking for a secure place to publish passwords for Adler's Wi-Fi, EBSCO, and other subscriptions, etc. The Bulletin Board function is being considered for this purpose. Stay tuned. From the Bulletin Board, let's go back to the bio page for a bit. You may have noticed this notation when we were on the page earlier. Teaching schedule none. This is because, as with SONIS 2.8, you need to specify the school year and semester you'd like to view. The process to do so is the same as in SONIS 2.8. Click the downward arrow next to the name of the term. A drop-down menu will appear. Select the term you wish to view, and here you'll see the course or courses for the applicable term. It's similar to the view you had in 2.8. The course number and name, session, section number, and time description for the weeknight meetings, as well as the weekend meetings. To work with your courses, click Course Management on the Course menu bar. This will bring up a Course Management submenu, which includes courses, grades, attendance, and email text class. We'll start with courses. In spring 2016, Dr. Van Pelt is teaching course 514, Psychodynamics of Psychopathology. If she were teaching any other classes in spring as well, they would also appear here. But we're going to keep things simple for purposes of this tutorial. When you click on Courses, you'll see your course roster. This course has only 3 students. You would need to scroll down to see the full roster for larger classes. If you'd like to view and or print a PDF of your roster, click Roster PDF, and SONIS 3.0 will create that roster. You'll notice that when you hover over a student's name, the student's name is activated as a hyperlink. In most cases, depending on how your computer is set up, clicking on that name will launch your email application, Outlook, for example, so that you can easily compose and send an email to this specific student. You can also easily email your entire class. We'll demonstrate that function shortly. If your computer is not set up to automatically launch your email application, you can still contact an individual student easily. When you hover over the student's name, the email address will appear, albeit in very small text, in the lower left area of your screen. You can then copy and paste that email address into your email application to send a message to that student. Now let's look at grades. When you click on Grades from the Course Management menu, your course roster will appear along with grading fields. As in version 2.8, there is a column for midterm grades. Given our concentrated course schedule, most instructors don't issue midterm grades, at least not on purpose. Instructors have been known to enter final grades in the midterm column by mistake. The process for submitting grades is the same as in SONIS 2.8. In the grade column, click the down arrow next to the grade field. A drop-down menu showing valid grades will appear. Select the grade you'd like to record for the first student, and then the second, and so on. Once the grades for all students have been entered, click Submit. You'll receive a message confirming that the grades have been entered into the SONIS database. One more step must be completed, however. You must send an email to registrar@alfredadler.edu to notify the registrar's office that the grades have been entered and should be marked official. Until they are marked official by the registrar's office, grades will not appear on printed transcripts and cannot be viewed by students online. Another point to keep in mind is that once your grades have been marked official, you can't directly change them. Only the registrar's office can change an official grade. If you need to change a grade after it has been marked official, contact the registrar's office at registrar@alfredadler.edu. The next item on the course management menu is attendance. Beginning in summer 2016, instructors will be required to enter attendance in SONIS. Don't worry, it's easy. When you click on attendance, this page appears. The attendance options are present, absent excused, absent unexcused, tardy excused, and tardy unexcused. To record attendance, start by clicking Input Attendance at the bottom of the screen. On the next screen, you'll be asked to select an attendance date option. The font is pretty small, but your options are defined meeting dates or all dates. Here's a closer view. Again, you can select defined meeting dates or all dates. First, we'll select defined meeting dates. You'll see a drop-down box that shows all 5 of the Tuesday evening class meetings for Course 514. Select the date for which you'd like to record attendance. We've selected the first night of class, Tuesday, April 5th. To enter attendance records, simply click on the button that corresponds to the student's attendance status. All 3 students in Dr. Van Pelt's class were present for the first class meeting. Click Submit when you're done entering the attendance records, or if you think you may have made a mistake, you can click Reset and start over. Otherwise, when you're ready, click Submit and you'll receive a confirmation that your attendance records have been accepted. You can click Return to go back to the main attendance page. So, you've successfully entered attendance information for April 5th. Remember, April 5th was one of the defined meeting dates, that is, the regular weeknight class meeting. But the next class meeting is Saturday, April 9th. To enter attendance for April 9th, we need to select all dates from the attendance date options. With the all dates option, you can select any date in spring term. Scroll down to select April 9th and mark the attendance records as you did for April 5th. I do want to point out a nice attendance feature in 3.0, which is the note field. If you'd like to remember any special circumstances surrounding a student's absence, for example, whether or not the student notified you in advance, or if there was a snowstorm, or as in Mario's case, he had to leave his Saturday class early because his artwork is being featured at the Walker Art Center. Using attendance notes in SONIS 3.0, you have an easy way to make a note, and you won't need to depend on your memory or on handwritten notes that can be misplaced. Once you're ready, click Submit, and again, you'll receive confirmation that your attendance records have been added. See, I told you, easy. Let's move on to the next item on the course management menu, Email Text Class. There are no significant changes to the email text functionality in SONIS 3.0, but the navigation has changed. Start by clicking Email Text Class from the course management menu. You'll be prompted to indicate if you'd like to communicate via email, text message, or both. Adler isn't currently set up for text messaging, but that will be coming soon. Click Email Only. This will launch the SONIS email function. You'll see that you as the instructor are automatically CC'd on the message. Any email sent via SONIS must include both a subject line and a message. A word to the wise, SONIS times out after an hour. It's not uncommon to be interrupted while you're composing an email. If that happens, and you find yourself away from SONIS for more than 1 hour, you will lose the draft of your email. You may find it's best to compose your email elsewhere, in Word for example, and then copy and paste it into the SONIS email system when you'll have time to complete the process without interruption. Note that you can add attachments, just as you do with Outlook or any other email application. Click Choose File and browse to your attachment, and then click Attach File. When your email message is ready, click Submit. But this doesn't actually send the email. This brings up a list of prospective recipients. You can choose to select all names on the roster, or you can select individual recipients if for some reason you don't want to send the message to everyone in the class. When you're ready to send the message, click Submit. You'll receive a message confirming that the email has been sent. The message will also tell you if any email messages were not successful. In this example, the message to Ida was not successful because of a bad address. Upon close inspection, you can see an unintended space in Ida's email address. To suggest a correction to an email address or to report any email delivery failures, contact sonisweb@alfredadler.edu. That's it for now. Thanks for taking time to learn about SONIS 3.0. The SONIS support team is still learning about SONIS 3.0 as well. We'll share additional training materials as they become available. Again, thank you.